Michael Daubert, and our game is Final Approach.
So what were your goals heading into the game?
Final Approach is a VR game that uses full-scale VR that turns your room into a full airport. So you've got airplanes and helicopters and other type of aircrafts above you that you have to reach up and you path them down into airports below you. So that's kind of like our God mode, but then you also get to go to a toy mode where you zoom down and now you're the real scale of the aircrafts, where you have other content that you get to do, and put out fires on the airplanes or scare seagulls away with air horns. And we've got a lot of missions, a lot of different fun missions on different scale sizes.
How did virtual reality open up creatively?
I've been in the industry for almost 20 years and started early on in the N64 days. VR has opened up a brand new medium. It's very exciting because things aren't defined yet. We have a landscape out there that is yet to be determined, to be defined. There's no rule book out there. There's no do's and don't checklist that you can do with this. So it's at its early stage. It's at the infant stage right now, which is a really exciting place to be because we're defining brand new gameplay that before was never even thought of possible. And we're just coming up with new game mechanics that has never been seen before.
How did you take advantage of VR in the gameplay experience?
We couldn't make our game without VR. You can't take an average game and just port it over to VR. You can't go from a console and go, hey, now we're going to make a VR game. You have to design it from the bottom up to actually make a VR experience. So we wanted to take full control of the Oculus Touch controllers and being able to step away from your computer and have a full VR experience, an immersive experience where the whole world around you can interact with. So we want a living, breathing world where you're no longer just playing a game that's in a world, you're in the world and the game's being played around you.
Can you tell me about the story and the setting for the game?
Sure. So, like I said, Final Approach puts you in control of the skies above airports, and you're in full control of different types of aircrafts, and you have to get them down safely down to the airports by avoiding other aircrafts. And we have different obstacles. There's going to be natural disasters, and there's actually weather. That thunderclouds that come in and will strike the airplanes, and then you have to get them down as fast as you can. But by the time they get to the airport, then you scale down with our zoom points, and now you're the size of the airplane. You got at least a fire hose. You got to put that engine out with a fire hose before the explosion happens, and then get right back up to our what we call God mode and start taking care of the airplanes again. But it's multiple missions. It goes across various islands that we have. It's not just airports. We have different type of naval aviation things there where we can land them on aircraft carriers, and we have battleships, but then you also go to a forest island where you're putting out forest fires. So we're taking advantage, the full advantage of the VR room.
How do you feel you're pushing things forward with this title?
This is, like I said, it's early on in the VR development, and what we're trying to do is kind of show the world that VR is here, VR is ready, and that it's only up to our imagination and the player's imagination to really experience the full VR experience. We're really trying to push what can be possible, what can we do in this VR world that has never been done before.
How has your past experiences building 3D worlds helped this VR exploration?
Yeah, great question. I started early on in the early days of the N64. So I've been in the industry for over 20 years now, and our team back at Phaserlock are all industry veterans. So we started with low polygon and optimization. So it's almost like a 360-degree turn right now where the console games right now are pushing the graphic styles and how far can you push things. We're the opposite. We're focusing on gameplay. We need to focus on the gameplay itself and then optimization to make sure that you're getting 90 frames a second so you're getting a solid VR experience.
What excites you about Oculus Touch as a developer?
The Oculus Touch just opens up brand new horizons on what is possible in video games. A lot of the times when the early VR came out and you couldn't see your hands in front of you, you get a little bit of disconnection there. We designed our game for the touch. Our game is meant for the touch itself, being able to step away and being able to interact with the environment and the airplanes around you and be able to see your hands, and your hands make a difference. Every gesture that you make with a touch actually affects how the game is played, and you're shaping the environment around you with every movement that you're making.
What are your thoughts on how quickly VR is evolving as a game platform?
VR is moving fast. We've seen it over the last 30 years. It comes about every 10 years. It's here, then it's not ready yet, and it's not ready yet. VR is here to stay, and it's kind of exciting to see how fast the industry is moving and embracing it. All the naysayers that are out there about VR is not ready yet, they haven't put on the Oculus yet. They haven't come out to Oculus Connect and really played with the touch controllers, because I've yet to see anyone put that headset on and walk away without the VR face of, oh my gosh, this is incredible, I feel like a kid again.
So where do you see VR 5 years from now?
I think the VR industry is finally going to hit the full consumer market. I think that people are going to be embracing it. It's going to be, the video game industry is pushing the VR right now, but I think the rest of the mediums are going to be grabbing hold of it as well, because there's so many other things to do outside of just the gaming. It's the social aspect of it. It's the different types of entertainment that you can be able to do with VR, but we're diehard gamers, and we're going to be able to do, create this brand new experience that's never been done before. People are going to keep coming back to it and going, wow, I remember when VR was this, and now look at where we are. It's kind of like where the cell phones were with the brick phones, and look how long it took to get to our cell phones. It's not going to take that long for VR. VR is going to move very, very quickly, and I think people are going to be really happy and excited to see where we're going to be in 5 years.